Welcome to Spiritual Dialogues with Father Odon de Castro. We are here at Cariana Lay Monastic Community. I'm your host, Brother Lodi. With us is Sister Tachi. Sister?
So, Father, we're now waiting for the next thing you're going to say. It has been enlightening past episodes.
Yeah, so we have mentioned the fact that it's the Catholics who must first present their credentials that they are Catholics before they can be accepted as Catholics. Before I accept my parish priest, he has to prove to me he's a Catholic. Before I accept my bishop, he should prove. And before I accept a pope, I must have proof that he's a pope. And we presume these things before. So, okay, that's the past. Let's forget it. But let's not commit the same mistake now. So we were trying to explain how come there is so much animosity between the President of the Philippines, Duterte, and the bishops. We don't want that to happen, really. We're supposed to love our bishops because they are our bishops, and we should love our president because he's our president.
Yeah.
No. Now, the defect now is because our bishops cannot present their credentials as Catholics. The advices they are giving Catholics are advices against the teachings of the Catholic Church. Because they're not Catholics, of course.
Of course, as bad as that.
And of course, the advice they're giving the president are also contrary to the teachings of the Catholic Church. Now, if they give wrong advices to the people, well, the people will go to hell for doing the wrong things, doing things contrary to the teaching of the Catholic Church. And if they give the wrong advices, un-Catholic advices to the president, that president will drag this country down to hell because they're wrong,
Yes.
un-Catholic advices. And that is one reason why the president disliked them. Primarily because they're not Catholics. Their behavior is not Catholic. And so it's deplorable, of course.
Of course.
I mean, the main reason why husband and wife separate is because one of them or both of them are not Catholic in their behavior. There's no other reason.
You'd say a true Catholic is lovable.
Very lovable.
Okay, so
very
that's
lovable.
clear, no, Father. So if you're not lovable at all.
There are husbands who cannot seem to live without their wife.
Yes.
I mean, they love their wife so
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
They cannot bear
Yeah. Being parted.
being parted from their wives. That means the wife is lovable. And mostly you will notice that the wife have very Catholic characteristics or virtues. So how can you love the bishops who do not have Catholic qualities? They would really look deplorable.
Yes.
And the advices will be wrong, and that has been happening. Their belief that they teach us will be un-Catholic against the teaching of the Catholic Church. Like, for instance,
Exactly.
we have discussed this before as one of the reasons why the people are confused. That the Catholic Bishops' Conference are against capital punishment. And Pope Francis is also against capital punishment. When capital punishment is a Catholic doctrine imposed by God on the rulers of state,
Okay.
that they should observe capital punishment. And so what's happening? So the president sees these bishops telling the people things which are contrary to the teaching of the Catholic Church. How can he love them?
Yes. That's clear.
Now, there is no end to the examples, of course. You can go to YouTube for all the
yes.
all the
Said Father. Yes.
issues that are involved. But let's take one of the main issues that seems to be the bishops are right and the president is wrong.
Seems.
And I would like to show you that the probability is great that the president is right and the bishops are wrong. And this is extrajudicial,
Killing.
how do you call that? Killing, yeah, the extrajudicial killing. What is extrajudicial killing? That it seems, the way I understand it, that our enforcers are killing drug addicts or what, something like that. Yeah. Now let's go to the Catholic doctrine. Because you cannot judge things with just what you like against what
my
he
opinion.
likes and my opinion, so on. Things are right and wrong depending on doctrines.
Yes.
Doctrines.
Christ said.
So we base it on the teaching of the Catholic Church. That the basis of capital punishment that is allowed by God is the fact that a man who takes the life of another man should be punished by taking his own life. Capital punishment.
Okay.
He should die
Punishment.
for having killed another man.
Okay.
Now notice that this man is guilty of killing physically another man.
Okay.
And God wants to punish him by killing him also, allowing the state
To kill him.
to kill him.
Okay. Okay.
Now let's go to extrajudicial killings. The one that is guilty is killing the body of other people
Yes.
through drugs.
Yes. Yes.
But he is also killing the soul
Yes.
of the drug addicts.
Yes. Because they
It's
cannot turn to
also-
God. Yes.
Killing the soul,
Yes. That's true.
corrupting the soul. It's bad enough that drug addicts commit murder.
Yes, they do.
Like the famous case here in the Philippines where they killed the woman. Maybe she was guilty of enticing those drug addicts to enter her house, but killed also the wife, the mother and the child
Yes. Yes. I heard.
who was
Yes.
only sleeping.
That's right.
They were not doing anything.
So not guilty at all. Innocent by, like I guess you'd say innocent.
Innocent. So the whole idea is here are drug addicts in danger of killing people
Who are not ready to die. Even.
who are not only ready to die, but but killing innocent
Innocent
people, left
innocent
and
people.
right.
Yes.
And they do it really with no
Yes.
conscience at all. As we have seen.
Yes.
That's enough to make them deserve capital punishment.
Yes,
Capital
yes,
punishment. Because they killed human beings.
Yes.
All innocent, but killing. How much more if you kill the body and the soul?
Yes.
If God allows people or head of state to kill somebody who have killed only the body,
of another.
how much more when they have killed the more important part of the person, which is the soul?
Yes. That's clear, Father. Yes.
And that was the argument presented by President Duterte.
Presented that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they are destroying not only my people, but their souls.
Yes. Yes, that's clear.
So just by that argument, and basing it on the command of Christ, it would be a moral action. Extrajudicial. It sounds very bad in the human
Yes,
sense,
yes.
but we're talking about spiritual sense here,
Yes, yes.
in the supernatural level. It makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Of course, God's solution is not that. But you don't get God's solution from the head of state, from the president of the country. He's supposed to be a political leader. That solution should come from the bishops.
The one from God.
Yeah, the spiritual God solution,
yes.
which the bishops are not teaching. They're even against the teachings of God.
Yes.
Because they're even against the capital punishment.
Which is
The
a- which is a
bishops
doctrine.
and the doctrine are against the teaching of God about capital punishment, how can you force them, or how do you expect them to say that, well, it's all right for them to kill somebody who has killed body and soul? They cannot get that.
No, they will not.
Too spiritual.
Yes.
Precisely because they are not Catholic.
Yes, they would. If not, they would see. That's true.
But even in the normal human level, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you can kill somebody who is only guilty of killing a body, how much more somebody who has killed a body and has killed a soul?
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
And that's
It's not even spiritual.
it just makes
Of
sense.
course, as Catholics, we know the spiritual solution. We know it. I know it. And I have been preaching what is the spiritual solution for drug addiction. But the bishops don't know it, so they cannot present it.
They don't know it.
But there is really a better solution than extrajudicial
of
killing.
course.
There is God's solution.
Yes.
But the bishops don't know it. They're supposed to know it, but they don't know it because they're not Catholics. And anybody who wants to know God's solution for instead of extrajudicial killing, which really is not God's solution.
Yes.
But it is a very good human solution for somebody who does not know
Yes. Yes.
God's solution.
Okay.
I'd be willing to explain to them. It takes a little time because it's deeper.
Yes.
It's a very deep
Yes. Yes.
understanding of it that's needed.
Yes. In other words, would you say that in a more that's a lesser evil that person who is going to cause the physical and spiritual death of many should receive his punishment earlier so that he doesn't do that to the rest and cause the loss of their souls?
Yeah, in fact, God Himself is doing it.
Already, I mean, God allowed it, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
God allowed it, yes.
In fact, that drug addict who was shot would never have died unless it was God who allowed it.
Yeah, God, it's always God's will if anything happens, right?
Yeah, because the death and the birth of a person is
It's in
God's
God's
work.
will.
It's not
Yes,
man's work.
yes, yes.
It's not the fault of the
Yes.
policeman or
Yes.
of the president.
It's in the hands of
That's
God.
God's
Yes.
solution.
Life and death.
Except that man had not presented God's solution to them, which is the better one,
Yes.
that will keep them alive. So God has to use the other solution of killing allowing them to
Yes.
die.
Yes, yes. It's clear, Father. Of course, it will not be clear to them. It seems many people are, yes, they even use it in schools, this thing against extrajudicial killing.
Yeah.
They even explain it in schools and make people think that it's all completely wrong, and I don't know. They don't really know the truth.
If you know this solution, God's solution, if you know the Catholic solution, and you hear people who are supposed to be Catholics, who are supposed to teach the Catholic solution, giving the opposite
Yes.
solution, which are contrary to the teaching of God, you will really be annoyed.
Yes. Yes.
And so they're wondering how come the president is so annoyed with the Catholic bishops. Of course.
Yes,
Anyway.
yes, they just. It seems they're just criticizing and have not given us better solution. They should,
That's
instead of
true.
criticizing, give this a good solution. They're only saying, "Don't do that." What am I supposed to do?
The rule in philosophy of common sense is if you are against a solution, offer a better one.
solution. Is that makes sense?
You have no right to criticize a
That's
solution
exactly
when you
what it
have
is.
no better
no solution to give. Yes, it's just finding fault.
And so you just keep on finding fault and not offering a better solution. It's really deplorable.
Yes.
It's very annoying, really.
Really, I can imagine. I can imagine, Father. So, and that's what's happening, and that's why the president. People might say, "Oh, you're siding with it." No, we're siding with what is true. That's all you're explaining. It doesn't matter if it's a president or somebody else. But if there are two sides to a story, you have to
Yeah.
just say what is the better, what
It's
is the
more-
God's way.
We're after more the truth.
Yes.
Because we're trying to disentangle the
Yes,
confusion.
yes, yes.
You cannot disentangle the solution by siding on one
No,
on one opinion
no,
or no. You have to
What-
side with the right,
Yes.
what is true.
What is God's way or nearest God's way?
Yeah.
My observation, Father, please correct me if I'm wrong. what you have said and what your intention in this program is. Like Pope Benedict said, you have to challenge the world. You are challenging them by means of correcting, we should say, those they yung dapat nilang nagawa ay hindi nila nagagawa.
Yeah. In fact, I'm not even trying to correct them because at this point it's impossible correcting people because of the pride that they have. What we're trying to do is preach the truth.
Yes.
That's it.
We're just showing what is the truth. And it's by knowing the truth that the confusion is disentangled. And that's what we're just trying to do.
Thank you very much, Father. We don't have time anymore. Thank you for watching Spiritual Dialogues with Father Udon de Castro. Please continue watching this program so that we will understand, we will know what to think to do, especially in our wanting to understand the things in ourselves. Thank you very much.
Hosanna, Hosanna, in excelsis, Hosanna.